Okay, okay. No, I am, yeah, I am
Uh,
relaxed. No worries.
Farooq, thank you so much for being with me today. And congratulations on landing that job. I know you have worked really hard. Tell us a bit, how was your interest developed in fire safety engineering?
First of all, thank you so much for inviting me to that podcast, and I'm really excited to share my experience. Starting from your question regarding the fire safety, basically, I was since the time I graduated in 2021 from UET Lahore
Yeah,
with my background in civil engineering. I was looking for options that were a bit of different from routine programs. Like most of the people that graduate from civil, they go to structural field
yeah,
or water field and geotech field, and they were very prominent. And due to a lot of people going to that field, opportunities were not that much. So I was looking at some different scenarios. So and risk something element to saving the lives of the people, whether they linked with the built environment or they linked with the coastal areas. So I started like shortlisting the programs, and the first one that I get to know was the coastal hazard and
yeah.
the coastal and marine management, and also the flood risk management. These type of programs I was really interested at that time. Not the fire, I was not aware with the fire safety, to be honest, in my first year application.
Um,
And yeah, and it
I
was not
remember
even my
that. It
thought.
was very new to
Yeah,
you. Yeah.
yeah. And I just shortlisted three programs, and that were related to those that I mentioned. And then I got rejections, and I was very disheartened. And I connected with you at that time also, and the words from you were very encouraging. And then I gathered myself. I started shortlisting the programs in the Erasmus that could be something behind just way like coastal and these programs, and I found IMFSE as one of them also. And I talked with few alumni of that program that time, and I heard that it is a very rich program in terms of the job opportunities, and also if someone is wanting to do PhD in later, it has a lot to offer in USA, in Australia, and also in Europe and UK.
Okay.
So I started aligning my interest by that time. And also, obviously, fire safety is it's something relevant to saving the lives of the people. And
Yeah.
so that was the starting point. And then I enrolled myself because obviously, honestly, there was nothing that we learned in civil engineering related to fire. So I started enrolling myself with the fire relevant programs on online platforms, and there are some programs on Coursera and also fund some on international uh, courses there on international websites that they do offer regarding to that. When I enrolled for two, three programs like fire safety management and effect of fire on people, property, and environment, these were a few programs, and I came to know that it's also very interesting field, and if I could align my profile with that program, because most of the people were not aware of that field, it could be a very good thing. So maybe you were not aware that I was applying for the fire safety, because
No.
although I was aligning my profile with that program and I was getting interesting, but my first option by that time was the coastal.
Yeah.
Even
I remember. Yeah.
yes, even I would say I applied for four programs, and the fire safety was among the last option. And yes,
It was just
but
a backup last
that
option. I remember. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, this was my last option. And the coastal was my first option, and that I was also getting your help for the feedback and review. That's why I just tell you about that program. But when I get into it, and I in detail talk with the alumni and seniors of this program, and I go through the LinkedIn profiles of all those people who were graduated from that field, I came to know that it program has a lot to offer, not only in terms of just opportunities, but also in terms of the learning throughout those 2 years, like the mobility that this programs offers to me was very unique. Like not only in Europe, you can even go to the UK. Like I, for my last semester, I was in Edinburgh University, and because that was my interest, something like that. Otherwise, there was options to go for the USA and Australia
Yeah.
program also for the last semester. So these things were among the few that excited me to go for that program. And later, the next month, I also got an invitation from Coastal Hazard. And that time I was a bit of confused, but but the yeah,
Can I just thank you for not just giving up, because I know the application process can really take a toll on our mental health. I know all this, but the fact that what makes me really happy for it is you have pointed it out so well that even if you don't have a primary background in fire safety, you can still make a case
yes,
for it, and you did that.
yes, yeah, exactly, exactly. Even if a lot of people now even ask me something like, would you like to go in that field, for example, my own program, and we wanted to get into something different like fire. I'm giving the example of my program. So yes, there are chances. The one thing that that was taking for me, that for making something relevant, you have to open that program website and you have to go through the course contents. And if you find like in that content of those 2 years, like there would be 20-25 subjects.
Yeah.
You, even if you find 4-5 subjects relevant to your bachelor's program or your previous master's program, make things
Yeah.
relevant. And so that's how people can make it relevant, and that's how I even applied it on my own application.
Yeah.
And the second thing could be the online courses. There are a lot of options on the online platforms that you can avail to make your profile stronger. So these were
Yeah.
the things.
Yeah. Can I just add that I remember we were having a chat, like I think it came from you, and you were asking me it is enough to mention the online courses I have taken, and I was like, no, you have to figure out a way to take the learning and apply to your project. You
Yeah,
will,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
You were doing these projects alongside these internships, and then you were realizing that most of the courses they are very emergent, like opportunity wise, they're very emergent, that maybe in the future I can probably land something bigger than this. So you're now at
Yes.
Birmingham. Can you walk us through how did you land this job?
Regarding the job that I land here,
Yeah,
yeah, I would connect it with my master's program that I graduated just now. That I started hunting for it. It was not a very straightforward process that I
yeah,
applied
imagine.
and I got into interview and get it. So it was, I would say, a lot of full of rejections,
Mm,
many applications. I started applying for the jobs for my third semester,
yeah,
and because usually the applications start opening in Europe and in the
yeah,
UK, and my main target was UK. To be honest, I didn't explore the industry in the Europe that much, and PhD was not of my that option, because I was thinking that I graduated from civil, then I spent my 2 years in academia, and now I am again getting engineering degree. And if I would not get into a professional field or industry, then it
mm,
would not be a good idea to directly start the PhD. So I was mainly hunting for
yeah,
jobs, but I was applying and getting rejections again and again. And sometimes you have to go through company hiring process that you could be like you cleared 4-5 steps and then you get
yeah,
rejection in the very last step.
I know, yeah,
Heartbreaking phases I went through, and in the month of like in the month of May, I get I get selection email from that company where I have recently joined. And
yeah,
even after getting selection, the visa and the sponsorship process was also not straightforward because UK has recently changed their rules. But fortunately, was my company was very helpful in that regard regarding
Yeah.
sponsorship that they helped me through from the whole process.
Yeah.
Otherwise, now from last 5 6 months, it's getting tougher to landing a job with full sponsorship in the UK if no you are from an international degree like from Europe or from any other place.
Congratulations and thank you for not giving up earlier. I know after going through multiple rounds till the fifth round and getting rejected,
Yes,
it can feel
yeah.
like, okay,
I
wow, what happened?
I remember I would not take the name of the company, but I at least I spent like collectively for 6 months I spent around 40 42 hours for different stages of that application phase, and that's a very big group actually. But I am just mentioning that thing for the sake that even if you are trying and even if you are spending your efforts on something and that
Yeah,
doesn't bring out in a positive, you can have something other. So you have
good.
to apply and you don't have to get this hard. Obviously, there were a lot of moments that I was getting rejection and I was for 2 3 days with so much
Yeah,
disappointment, but I didn't stop. I didn't stop. And the company that I recently started working, uh, I did my first interview. It was like just one interview in the month of January, and
good.
in February I get to know that there are a lot of going on with their hiring process, and they will still decide whether they have to take graduates or not.
Good.
And it was like 3 4 months exchange of emails by the end of getting a final selection.
Yeah,
So it was also very
yeah. I
full of
know,
ups and downs.
I know the application process can be very long for hiring, but it's okay to say you felt disappointed, you felt down, you felt upset that you make me go through all this only to reject me at the end. What am I doing wrong? But do you think that in our earlier chat, like from last year and before that, we often mention that from your perspective, your Erasmus network help you here? How did you capitalize on that? Maybe you had connection within the program.
Regarding the networking and connection,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, obviously that's the most important thing I would say for landing any opportunity, even if you have to apply for scholarship or even
yeah,
if you have to land for a job. The first thing that matters is the networking and connection, and for that, anyone can have access to LinkedIn.
yeah,
I would say I like whenever I applied for any job or am in any scholarship, I simply searched on the relevant people on LinkedIn. I request them to give me any to share their any experience regarding the if it's job regarding interview and if it's scholarship regarding the application documents like CV and motivation letter, what things that they mention that make them stand out. So in that regard, networking matters a lot, and alumni of programs and the previous people from the company that anywhere there this networking is important.
yeah.
And through Erasmus, one of the beautiful thing of that is the international collaboration. You get to know a lot of people, and you develop international connections. That is, was also helpful.
I think thank you. Earlier, remember I was talking about how did you really find your program? Did anything really surprise you, or did you think, hey, this was not what I was expecting?
No, no, no. My program was. I would not say that I get disappointed at any time.
Yeah,
Yes, my first semester was very difficult. If I'm saying very difficult, it means it was very difficult. It was Ghent semester at the Ghent University is very famous in that regard that it was just 3.5 months semester, and there were 7 subjects, 6 exams,
my
and from 8 to 5 there were classes and also there were subjects related to mechanical engineering. I didn't study even a single subject related to
God.
thermodynamics, And thermodynamics is a very tough subject. So mechanical engineers know that, and if you haven't studied that subject, it becomes very difficult. And alongside that, the fire field itself was they were subjects related to fire dynamics, materials behavior, and a lot of theory. It was tough, but later on, I and I also didn't enjoy that much. I would say enjoy that much in a sense that I spent most of my time in the first semester with studies, and after that I started traveling and these things. But overall, I am very happy with my program. It offers me a lot of things, not only regarding academics but also regarding my personal life. I made a lot of connections. By the end of the program, it was feeling like a family.
Yeah. No, IMFE is a very popular course among civil engineers now. The competition has increased a lot. Like
Yes,
they are targeting course hazard, but they don't know IMFE is there. And then now, because of you and Munib and a lot of other active
yes,
scholars were talking a lot,
yes,
many
yes.
applications from Pakistan are now being coming for IMFE, but along this note, what other kinds of Erasmus program can they target? Because Coach Hajar is very popular, it's very competitive. Any other program you had while you were applying for Erasmus?
Yes, I was applying for the Master in Applied Ecohydrology,
Okay.
MAEH. Yeah,
Eco
MAEH.
Hajar, yeah.
Yeah, Applied Ecology. I applied for that program also,
Okay.
and for yes, and my rank was between 30 to 40, and I was not able to get that. And also I applied from the Hydro Informatics.
Okay.
That's also a very popular program. But during the year that I did apply, they email was that my application although was good, but they are not offering any scholarships this year.
Okay.
So these were the other program. But regarding civil, there are a lot of other like FRP plus plus and Beam A plus strains,
Yeah.
and yeah, these are some popular. I didn't apply for them, but I was aware with them also. They were
Okay.
more related to structured side.
Yeah. And you applied for other countries at the same time. I read your LinkedIn post.
Yeah, I applied a lot because I don't want to at that time was to just waste my another year because I wasted my one
Yeah.
year by getting rejection. So I applied for in the France Grenoble University,
Mm.
and yes, I also get a scholarship university, and I applied for the stipend Hungarian, and I get
Okay.
into Budapest
Yeah.
University, and I also applied for the Finland government scholarship, and I
Okay.
get into Aalto University and temporary university with full scholarship that time. And I remember I also applied for a university in Thailand, Bangkok. It's AIT,
Mm.
Asian
Very good. Yeah.
Institute of Technology, and also applied for the Commonwealth programs and in the Bath University and Cranfield. I got the admission, but I was not able to get the Commonwealth scholarship,
Okay.
and I applied on those scholarship on the base of my head score. So these were the
Uh,
application processes.
when you are applying everywhere, any advice for anyone trying to maximize their chances that you can just repeat and rinse your application? In your experience, what would be the advice for applicants?
My advice would be that, uh, like if I can make it, starting from Pakistan, studying in
Yeah.
Pakistan, to studying in the Europe, and then now working in the UK, then I guess everyone can make it. It's just a matter of consistency and making your profiles relevant and aligned. And just you have to be confident in yourself, and just you have to improve your profiles again and like getting rejections, because like I mentioned about me, I didn't only get rejections in the scholarship, I also got a lot of rejections from
Yeah.
the jobs. Even I mentioned a job application process, I cleared 4 stages, and now then I was getting rejection in the fifth stage. So but still I didn't get this important. So this is the most important thing. I am aware of the applicants, mostly students who like send messages or text that they are getting rejection and now, but the most important thing for them is to remain consistent and trying again and again. So this is something important that I would like to say.
Yeah. But sometimes staying consistent is very difficult. How did you go through this process
Yeah.
again? What helps you come back to you knowing your work and knowing your value and to sit down and reapply? What helps you
Yes.
here?
Regarding applying
Yeah.
things or
When you're getting rejected, what helps, especially from scholarship program, not to take it negatively or personally. It's not about you at the end of the day. Any other advice here?
like you always need to have some motivation to do the things, because even if getting rejection and no, you are not getting disappointed because you have something in your mind and you have some motivation. So for getting scholarship, I was having motivation that I wanted to get out of my comfort
Yeah.
zone, and I wanted to experience an international exposure and cultural experience, and the Europe was one of the best place. That's why I didn't stop. I kept on applying.
Yeah.
And then for job, obviously, my motivation was that, so now I have to get into the industry. I been remained to the academia for a long time, so I didn't stop. And if I was thinking, if like people have make it, so I can make it also. It's not that,
Yeah.
it's just a matter of
Yeah.
consistency that you have to do. And
Yeah.
also regarding rejections, I would like to say people post those things, like post people only post the final results and others see the final results. So the applicants, they shouldn't they should know that that particular person has gone through a lot of rejections, and these
Yeah.
declining the final opportunity.
Yeah, we both know LinkedIn. I mean, LinkedIn should have some kind of other option where you should first talk about behind the scenes and then post the final results. There has to be one kind of feature over there. But I'm glad we are all talking about openly that rejection is part of the process. And if you are like really targeted with your motivation, then anything happening now is not going to affect your outcome because you have to
Yeah,
keep going here.
yeah,
Thank you so much,
yes.
Farooq. I'm really glad. And maybe just one more minute. If you reflect back on your journey, is there anything that you feel I would probably have done something differently? It's
Regarding
okay if you
my
can tell,
Erasmus.
oh, I did everything perfect.
Yeah, regarding my Erasmus journey, it was full of amazing experiences and difficulties in terms of traveling or shifting from one country to another after
Yeah.
every three, four
Yeah.
months. Like if you went to a place, you remain there for 3, 4 months, and you started getting some interaction with that particular area or the people around you. But then after 3, 4 months, you get to know that you have to leave that place or that home, and you have to and now have to move to another country. That is a very difficult thing. That I would not say that I regret, but that like taught me that anything is not permanent. Things are temporary. So if
Yeah.
going, something is going, some not bad, but like things are temporary, or you have to. That's the most important lesson in the Erasmus.
Yeah.
That was something.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if you have this mindset that everything is temporary, then okay, I can pack, unpack as many times
Yeah,
I need to. But you knew about this, like, right? When
yeah,
you are applying for a program, you're not being glamorized by, oh, I will get to travel a lot. I mean, yes, you will,
yes.
but the primary region, Erasmus is built that way. You don't have time to relax. You have to keep working forward and forward and understand the different cultural aspects here. And maybe the food
Yeah,
too.
yes, also the visa things and other documentations. You have to move to other country. You have to go through those steps also alongside your studies and managing your
Yeah,
household things. So that's also a difficult thing
yeah,
to do. But it's difficult, but it's exciting at the same time if you are
yep,
going through those
yeah.
stages.
Where do you feel you are headed on from there? What is your future looking like?
For now, like just I step into my
I'm going to
field.
calm down myself.
Yeah. My now my goal is to get a chartership status here in the UK. Basically,
Okay.
that I can say my long-term goal, because when you get into an engineering relevant field, and then it's a good idea to get a chartership status that you can apply after 4 or 5 years
Okay.
gaining the experience in the
Uh,
relevant field. So for me, if I am in the fire safety element field, I have associated with myself with the
uh,
institution of fire engineers. That's basically the same thing like the PEC in Pakistan.
okay. Yeah.
So after becoming a professional member of that, I
Okay.
can apply for the chartership status in the UK. That is my goal basically.
Good luck with that, and I will be following your journey very closely. I know I've been following every post. I read how thermodynamics went over your head and how you have to come back to it. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And also my official graduation ceremony is yet to be on 27th
Uh,
of this month.
this month,
And
September.
yeah,
Well, congratulations,
previously,
have fun.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. The previously I wear the crown on my celebration day. That was the celebration day, and the convocation day is different.
Yeah, it's very
So
different, very different. Yeah, but I'm very proud of you, and also I know people like to say someone helped me, or if someone was there in your corner, I think probably because they're just trying to redirect you that hey, why don't you try these things? But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's the applicant who do the bulk of the work, getting letters of recommendation, engaging people, looking into accommodation at the same time. So
yeah,
lots of credit goes to all of you, and congratulations, and thank you very much for being with me today.
thank you so much, and thank you so much for the podcast. And I was also excited, obviously. And thank you so much for this to
Thank
give me
you.
a chance to share my experience. And you are doing a very great work in terms of getting new people to achieve their goal. And I'm also among one of them. And
Yeah,
I would
thank you very
really
much.
like to be in contact with you journey. And thank you so much for that.
Thank you.